baby. Can I have a little lick? Thank you. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have this gold look. When I decide to do my makeup, I really don't ever have anything particular in mind. I kind of just go through my drawers and I just kind of see what I'm feeling that day. And I had this really pretty ColourPop eyeshadow that I used to use a lot back in the day. Kind of went in one of my drawers to never be heard of again. And that's what I decided to do today. Gold on the lid is always something that I feel like is very classic. It goes with everything. You can wear it with any color shirt. It goes with every kind of look. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. It can be really smoky. It can be not smoky. If you want to learn how to get this look, just keep watching. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, burnt orange right here. It's from the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take it with my E40 brush from Sigma. You know, the nice thing I have to say about this palette is that a little bit goes a long way. So typically what I do is I'm used to just like digging my brush in there and I'm like, oh, bam, 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 bam. Try to like fill it up with product because I feel like I can never get enough product on the brush. This shit is so strong. It's just like a little tap, 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 tap. It is like on there so hard. It sounded very sexual. It wasn't meant to be that way. This is going to be my transition color. Please ignore that. That is like the most ugly, disrespectful thing. I've had this pimple and it's been under the skin for like 2 weeks. I thought it was like a mole I had developed because it didn't have anything. It was just like a little bump. I was actually thinking about going to the dermatologist to freeze it off because I was like, where did she come from? I've been doing face masks and I've been putting a treatment on it every night and it wasn't going away. I wake up and it's like, bam. It turned into like an avalanche out of nowhere. It was just like, there's no way it was staying. So I popped it. I guess she's here to stay for the moment. We'll try to cover her up in a little bit, but please just ignore it for now. We're going to do some windshield wiper motions just to kind of, we're going to try to diffuse the color as best as we can. This is my bad eye where I have to try to fake my crease because my eye sags now on this corner part, so I've got to kind of raise it a little bit higher. I'm taking the IT Cosmetics 107 brush. I'm going to dip this into red ochre. Just going to use a little bit because this stuff is really pigmented. I don't know about anybody else, but I love the way that reds and oranges look with gold. Like just a real bright gold eyeshadow like this. I love the way the reddish kind of crease. I think they look so pretty with gold. When I go for a gold lid, I really like to use more red tone shadows. I feel like they really bring out the gold on the lid. Okay, so of course after that I've laid down my shadow. I'm just going to take my fluffy brush and we're going to match these two colors together. Make sure that they look nice and seamless. Now for my last color in the crease, I'm taking the Elizabeth Mott blending brush. I got this in my Ipsy bag. This brush is great. And I'm going to take Cypress Umber, just tap it in there. Right here is where my eye folds when it's open. So right here in this crease part, this is where we're going to apply the last color. I want to see the first color, that orangey brown we put down. I want to see the red, and then I also want to see this dark brown. So what I'm going to do, because this brush is such like a dense, it's a real like narrow, oval kind of shaped crease brush, this is going to fit right in the crease part perfectly. Now you want to be careful with this color. This color is really, really opaque. So we're just going to gently put this in the crease. I actually think I picked up a little too much on my brush. That's okay, I can blend it out. It's just going to go right in the fold of my eye. I'm not going to raise it higher because I want to see the red. I'm always messy when I put in my transition shades. It's okay to be messy because we're always going to blend it out. So as long as you use a little bit of product and really try to build it up, it's okay to be a little messier because you can blend it out. It's really easy to blend out with a fluffy brush. You just have to be careful laying down product. You have to lay it down little by little and really build, and you'll always be able to blend out. Next thing we're going to do is go in with this beautiful gold. This color is so pretty. It's called Get Lucky from ColourPop. It's just like this intense gold color. I feel like it's just like a true antique gold. It just has like the prettiest sheen to it. Let me do a little swatch. It's kind of liquidy looking, in my opinion. It's just like the prettiest gold. I love this color. I've got this Morphe G20 brush. It's just this really stiff, synthetic flat brush. It's really good for applying shimmers. This is actually my favorite brush to use for applying shimmery shades. It really makes the color pop. So I've already got my product on the brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. This is all I have right now for setting spray. I just gave it a little spritz, and this is going to help make the shadow more metallic looking. I mean, look at that. I'm going to carve out my lid with this. That's why I say it's okay to be messy, because we're going to clean up the lid anyways. You know, sometimes you get a little bit of fallout. I mean, I always get fallout when I do my eyeshadow. It's why I always do my eyeshadow first, especially with these darker colors. When it falls down onto your lid, if you do your crease colors first before anything, when you're working with darker browns as well, it's always going to have fallout. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't ever work with an eyeshadow that doesn't have any fallout. Let's be real. I'm kind of just like, whatever. If I get my transitions onto my lid or it kind of falls down onto my face, it's okay, because we're always going to clean it up. Now, I don't want to lose too much pigment from my shadow. When you blend, you always lose a little bit of pigment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very gently blend with my fluffy brush, just so the colors are blended together and you don't see any type of harsh lines. But I'm going to be a little careful while doing this, because I don't want to lose the intensity from the gold. I'm just going to do a little liner over the top. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I've already dipped my brush into my gel liner from Inglot. This is like the best eyeliner of all time. I've gone through like 3 of them already. And next I'm going to do a little bit of mascara so I can put on lashes. You can use any mascara. This particular one that I have is the Tarte Lash Paint Mascara. This is a big day for me, guys. I finally got my hands on the Koko lashes. They are so pretty. I ordered a couple of different pairs. Everybody's heard of the Queen Bee lashes. Like, I know people rave about them. I see them all over Instagram, all over YouTube. They are just as pretty in person. I'm going to use these today. I'm going to pop these on and I'll be right back. Actually, I changed my mind. I decided I'm just going to try to apply these on camera. I'm going to add this part in here. They're really wispy. I've got to say, I'm just not the biggest fan of wispy lashes. I like more thick and fluffy. These are actually really thick. I think I'd be okay with wispy lashes if they were just like super thick, like how these are. Look like the Huda Beauty ones in Samantha, but they're just not as expensive. They're like less than half the price. Not that I don't love her lashes. Her lashes are like incredible, but these are cheaper. Okay, so I'm just going to do my face makeup. I have my Lancome foundation, the tint, whatever the hell it's called, the matte one. I actually just used my last little pump. I had to have a little grieving time with it. It's the only thing that matches me. I mixed a little bit of the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Illuminator. I tried it before and it made me a little oily, but I just want to try it again. I only tried it one time, and I like to try things a couple of times until I decide that I hate it. Just a little first impression on the lashes. They were a little hard to apply. I actually had to take this one off and redo it because it just didn't like lay down the right way. I'm not going to knock off too many points for that, just because that tends to happen with lashes when they're fresh out of the pack. You have to cut them, you've got to get them down on your eye, and sometimes, you know, they're really hard to stay down just because they're not like molded to the shape of your eye. So I'll tend to go for a pair that I've already worn just because I already know that they're going to fit my eye. I know I was kind of comparing them to the Samantha lashes from Huda Beauty. I have to say, with those, I can just pop them on. I have no issues trying to get them on. So that's a plus side, I guess, of buying a more expensive lash, but I wouldn't not use these just because of that. You know, even my favorite ones from Idole, the Grand Glamour, those are like my favorite ones of all time. With Vegas Nay, those, I have a little bit of problems applying them just when they're brand new. So that's not really a deal breaker for me. I can see why people rave about them. They're so pretty. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on that. I'm trying my best to cover up this little monster on my face. And I'm going to take my favorite concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel so guilty saying that because I swear, like, MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, I've been using that since it came out. It's been years, I know that. So I kind of feel like a traitor when I say this is my new favorite, but it just is. I love it so much. I have a lot of darkness under my eyes. What I used to do with the MAC Pro Longwear, I would always use a corrector. I'd use some the Maybelline one, the neutralizer. I just felt like I really needed that under my eyes to help my dark circles a little bit more, and I just don't need that with this. It's so good. I still love the other concealer. It's just like, this is a 5 and that's like a 4.9. I still love it. It's still one of my favorites. I just love this a little more. Look at that brightness. Look at this, and then look at this. That was just like a little dab like of concealer. I mean, how can you not love this stuff? I want to know somebody who doesn't love this stuff. I want somebody to tell me that they don't like it because they're crazy. Okay, I'm going to take my blush brush from e.l.f. This is what I like to use to set underneath my eyes. I've got MAC Emphasize and ABH Banana. I mix these two together. I like a bright under eye. Emphasize is bright. When I'm at my palest, I can use that just by itself. Since I've got some color in me now, I seriously can't use it. I will look like a ghost. So that's why I always mix it with something else, especially since I've got some color. It just looks so pretty. Like, it has just like a very slight pearlescent shimmer to it. It makes you look so radiant. I feel like I can get away with just like a banana colored powder, but man, this just does something to me. I got this new powder. This is the Cover FX translucent powder. It's a matte setting powder. I was using the Cover FX blotting powder. It just wasn't doing the job for me. It wasn't keeping me matte. This seems to do a better job of keeping me matte. I still get oily throughout the day. Definitely not as bad. Nowhere near as bad as what I was getting before. So I think I'm just going to stick that guy in my purse and kind of blot throughout the day if I need to, and use this on the regular. This does keep me really matte. I really like this stuff, and it's not heavy. A lot of times I'll have an issue with matte powders because I use a matte foundation and a matte primer. My skin's so oily, so a lot of times once I get all my liquids down, if I use too mattifying of a powder, it makes my skin look so cakey. This does not do that, so this is a winner for me at the moment. I've only been using it for about, I think maybe like 2 weeks, but I like it so far. I'm going to do a teeny tiny bit of baking with Petal from Kat Von D. Just right here where I get creasy. I don't like to bake my whole face. I don't like the way that it looks on me. I just do it underneath the eyes. This is also a new product for me. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I've heard so many good things about this. I've never, actually that's a lie. I have tried it. I tried it a while back when it first came out, but I got the wrong color. So I returned it and I never tried it again. And I was in the market for a new bronzer. So I picked up this one. I just remembered to get a darker one. This is in the color 20 medium, 20M. I don't know if that stands for medium. I think I made that up. I'm going to take my powder brush from Eco Tools. I have seriously been loving this bronzer. It's so pretty. I knew I had the wrong color. I don't know why I just didn't exchange it for a different color. I honestly don't remember. But this literally looks like skin. I have been sleeping under a rock, clearly. I'm going to do a little bit of contour with my Real Techniques contour brush and the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Just right here in the hollows of the cheek. I want to shave off a couple of pounds. Contouring is like instant weight loss. I just broke my little bronzer. You know, earlier I chipped off a piece of my Champagne Pop highlighter. Now I just chipped off a piece of my bronzer. This day is not going that well. Let's brush this away. I don't know what it is. I guess just because I'm doing kind of gold today, I'm really in the mood to be bronzy. I want to look very glowy. I think I'm going to go extra with the blush and the highlight. I'm going to take Warm Soul. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's like kind of like a pinky bronzy blush. I don't like to bring my blush in too far because I feel like it makes my face look a little chubbier. My face is already chubby, if you know what I'm saying. This is also by MAC. It's called, the name rubbed off, but if I recall, it's called Alpine Bronze. This is actually discontinued. It came out in a collection. I never got backup like I wanted to because that is the story of my life. When it comes to things being discontinued, I always think, hey, you know, you should really go get a backup. You love this product. Go pick one up before it runs out. And I never freaking remember to do it, so I never get it back up. But anyways, this blush is like everything. It is like the prettiest, bronziest blush. It just makes your skin look so... Before I knew this bronzer was discontinued, I always used to use this with Warm Soul. I would put down Warm Soul and then just tap this a little bit on top. I honestly haven't used it in so long because I forbid myself from using it because I don't want to run out. We'll do it today just for the video. Since I want to look really highlighted, I'm going to take my Sephora highlighting drops. These are in the shade Ultralight. And I actually have 3 backups of these. I was smart when I found out that these were getting discontinued. So I have my backups waiting patiently to be used until I find the next best thing to replace these. What I'm going to do, I squirted a little bit out on my hand. And I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to tap very lightly. I'm just going to take a little bit of product on the end of the beauty blender. This just gives like that little bit of extra sheen underneath the powder highlight. So right above the brow, and I'm going to do it right on the top of the cheekbone, and that's it. I'm not going to put this in my T-zone because I'm super oily. That doesn't typically work out for me. I'm just taking my glow kit from ABH and I'm mixing bubbly and dripping in gold. These highlighters, I feel like they're more of like a natural, subtle type of highlight. I only like to use these if I have these drops or any type of highlighting drops. They don't even have to be these, but I only like to use these if I'm laying some type of cream base down first or some type of liquid base. These are more of like a natural highlight. They're not as like bam, like maybe like the Becca highlights or the So Hollywood, or I don't really gravitate towards this too much just because I like more like a pop-in highlight, but I do like these over top a cream base. They do stand out a lot more. I want to be able to see my highlight from space. You know, I've got to say though, with these highlights, they look like skin. They do melt into your skin beautifully. It's not like an unnatural highlight. It doesn't look like it's just kind of sitting on your skin. It looks like it's just part of your skin. So that's why I'm like, you know, I don't hate them, but I feel like I can only use them with a liquid highlight. But once you get them down on top of that liquid highlight, they look beautiful. For my brow bone, of course, I'm just going to pop a little bit of Nylon. This is my favorite. Okay, lastly, to do the lower lash line, I'm just going to take my little flat definer brush. I'm going to dip it into red ochre from the Anastasia palette. I'm just going to use this to lay it down. I'm going to take this no-name brush that I have. I dipped it into Cypress Umber, and we're just going to use this to smoke out the color. So I'm going to take a little bit of Nylon. Let's get something on these lips. So I'm going to take my Tarteist lip paint. This is just a little baby one. This is in the color Rosé, so I'm going to lay this down as a base, and I'm going to put a gloss over it. I'm going to take the Bare Minerals. This is the gel. I think they're called the gel glosses. They're new. It just says gloss on the bottom, so I guess I don't know where I got gel from, but this is from Bare Minerals. It's in the color Far Out. It's a little too sheer by itself, but over top something, this is so pretty. This is usually what I grab whenever I'm doing like a nude liquid lip and I need something to go over. That's it for this one, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment box below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there are other things you want me to do, other looks you want to see. I always want to hear feedback. I want to know what people want to see. So leave that in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this look, and I'll see you in my next video.